Okay, we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it today, and you know what? We're going to be unafraid to go into every little crevice of what I'm saying. And I'm in a mood today, so be prepared for my unhinged opinion and bold advice. You know me. Listen, life is too short. Life is too short. You're too awesome, and you need to stop wasting your time. Like point blank, we're cutting to the chase here. You need to stop scaring people off. No. Stop scaring people. Why can I not say this? Stop caring. Stop caring. Not stop scaring. My God. I keep thinking about Monsters University in my head. Someone help me. You need to stop caring. There's a really good book, and I'm sure you've read it, called The Subtle Art of Not Giving a You Know What. And if you haven't read that book, I highly recommend you read that book. Highly recommend it. If you're super Christian, it's going to offend you. It's a little vulgar, but you'll be okay. Okay? It's time to read the book. Let me know if you can relate. The initiation into 2025 has been pretty abrasive. But that's life. Okay, I'm keeping it real for y'all today. How are you guys, by the way? I miss you, my little love bugs. I just want to give you a hug. How are you? I know there's a pandemic of loneliness going on. Allow me to fill that void of loneliness and have a community where we can come together and just and have a good time and learn some stuff together and just have fun, okay? Okay, maybe get some good advice. This is good advice, and you are meant to be here. I'm 1,000% sure about that. And everything I say, please write it on your sticky note, okay? It's time that I patent my own sticky notes. I say this in every video. I need to patent my own sticky notes. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. I don't know if it's going to happen today or tomorrow. Hopefully by next week they'll be in. And we could just doodle on our sticky notes and stick them on our workplaces and have them readily available for us. Okay, so the initiation into 2025 has been interesting. I will say that. Let me know if you resonate. Everybody I know has been going through some type of somethingness. It's just life. And I feel like we all just need a quick reminder. And allow me to give you that quick reminder because I've been giving myself this reminder every day and it's been wonderful. Okay? I wish I can come to YouTube. Actually, I do come to YouTube and I do watch a girl that I really, really like and I'd like to share her with you. She's definitely not for everyone, but I'll put her stuff below. But you can watch that later because right now you're here. Okay, so you need to stop caring. You need to stop caring about it all. The only thing that you should be focusing on is you. That's it. Like, obviously, if you're a parent or you have something going on, whatever, yes, you should be focusing on that as well. But all the he said, she said crap, you need to let it go. All the drama, let it go. Well, they said this about me, let it go. Oh, well, they did that, let it go. Okay? And if there are people in your life who are like super consumed of what you're doing, you need to change your mindset on like being offended to like being honored. People are going to talk about you. People are not always going to like you. People are not always going to agree with everything you say, everything you do, and that's life, and you just have to be okay with it. I feel like I'm momming you today. I kind of have that vibe today, like I'm going to just be really honest with you and I'm going to give you my mom advice, and I was going to say take it or leave it, but I would take it if I were you. You need to stop caring. Well, what if I quit this job and I offend people? Who cares? Well, what if I use another person to sell my house and it's not the person I originally chose? What if I hurt their feelings? Who cares? What if I break up with them and it hurts their feelings? Okay, I'm not going to say who cares because you should be cautious and aware of other people's feelings too. But like, are you going to stay with the wrong person forever because you don't want to hurt their feelings? When are you going to start putting yourself first? Is my real question. You need to start putting yourself first. And let me tell you something. I have been told many times, actually twice, that's a lot, that I'm selfish. I'm selfish. And you're right, I am selfish. You want to know why? Because I can't be so worried about you when I have to worry about me and all the stuff that I have to do. I'm not worried about you. I'm not worried about what you do. I'm not worried about what you say. I'm not worried about how you spend your money. I'm not worried about how you make your money. I'm not worried about anything. Honey, stay over there and I'm over here, okay? Not worried about you. Call me selfish. It's true. I am selfish. And it saved me a lot of heartache, a lot of time, and a lot of resistance. I wrote some stuff down, okay? You need to stop caring about what other people think, say, do, XYZ, because what you focus on is going to multiply. And if you focus on them all the time, it's almost like reassuring to your brain that what they're saying is true. Okay, we have primal brains, you know this. We like familiarity. Did I say that right? We like that. Our brain wants validation, all right? And even if you're imagining someone saying something bad about you, even if you think about it, like say you're in the shower and you're having like that conversation with yourself, like, I'm gonna say this. You are like validating them by doing that. You are validating those feelings because you're bringing those feelings back into your area, into your space, okay? And let me teach you something really quickly. This has saved my life. And I learned how to do this. I think it was a coping mechanism, but it's a fantastic coping mechanism. I truly, like, really do live in my own bubble. My own bubble is really safe. It's really happy. It's really sweet. It's really inviting. It smells great. Like, it's wonderful here. I love living in my own bubble. And you're not allowed in my bubble if you can't be everything in a bag of chips. Like, you just can't be in my bubble. If you have a crappy attitude, if you're negative, if you're ugly on the inside, if you talk badly, you are not allowed. Like, the second that something happens, like, you're done that fast. Like, you're out of here. Like, I can't have that. And I want you to do the same thing because it has saved me so many times from so many people and so many ugly things. Do you remember when you were a kid, you'd be on the playground and you'd be like, I'm rubber, you're glue. Whatever you say to me bounces off of me and goes back to you. I tell myself that every day, and you can laugh all you want. You could laugh about that, but I really say that to myself like almost every single day because first of all, I don't want anyone's negativity in my bubble. And it will surely get in your bubble if you allow it to. So make sure that every single day you're suiting yourself up with your bubble, with the Word of God, with your affirmations, and reminding yourself of who you are. And the truest thing about you is what God says about you. Not what some Joe Schmo says about you because he's mad at you because you didn't live up to his standards or something. Okay, we don't care. We move on. We do bigger, better things. Okay, baby? All right. So one of the things, I took notes because I didn't want to forget anything. All right, I'm just letting you know. Like, I'm looking at my phone to remind myself of what I said, what I wrote down. I have noticed all the times in my life this. Every single time, and I noticed this from a very young age. Like I said, it was a coping mechanism, but I relearned it again in adulthood hard. That when you care too much about what he, she, it, whatever says, it drains your energy, okay? There is not enough time in a day to be worried about what other people have to say. And even if it's like not something they're saying about you, if it's just like the way that they are, like let's say you work at a job and this job is like super mentally draining because they're constantly yelling, constantly critiquing. There's just like I'm sure there's a situation in your life where you get there and you're like, yay! And then by the end of the day, you're like, I just can't. Like, don't even breathe near me. I'm done. You have to protect yourself from that. You just do. You have to protect yourself from that because, baby, there's not enough time in a day. You couldn't pay me. You couldn't pay me for me to look at and care about what other people have to say or think anymore. Like, if someone was like, I will give you a salary of this much money to worry about or to think about or to entertain what people have to say, I'd say, I'm good. I got better things to do with my time and energy. So again, focus on what you want to see multiplying. Weird, I'm getting a call from a number. I'm not gonna answer, I don't know who it is. Also, when you worry about what other people say, think, feel about you, you're almost giving yourself away. Like you are. Like, where's your credibility? Where's your stability? Where's your like you factor? You know what I mean? Like, you have lived with yourself for how many ever years, however old you are. You know yourself. You know who you are. You know the things you do and say. You should know yourself. And so let's just say someone walked up to you and was like, sky's purple. Feel like, okay, sky's purple. Moving on. Or are you going to sit there and argue with them that the sky's not purple, that the sky's blue? Let's just say the sunset's not setting and it's still very blue and you're looking and you're like, that looks pretty blue to me. What are you going to do, sit there and argue with them? No, you're going to say, you're cuckoo and I'm moving on with my day. Thanks. Like, what glasses do you have on? I want to try those. That sounds nice. Okay. The other thing is, not everyone's opinion matters. I'm going to break it to you. I don't know how old you are. I don't know if you're a high schooler. My analytics on here are crazy. I have young people and I have really old people and everything in between. Okay. I don't know how old you are, but I'm going to tell you something. And this might come to a shock to most of you, and to the other part of you, you're going to be like, true. True. High school doesn't end in high school. Like, it should end in high school. The way that people act, people still act like that. Like, you might get like 50, 60-year-old Karens in your life, and you're going to be like, what are we in high school? And then you're going to remind yourself, yeah, actually, I think she still might be. Like, people still act like that. And you have to be prepared for that, okay? You have to be prepared for people being petty and ugly and rotten and rude and like just awful and ugly. And you want to know what I have to say to that? Here it is. Here's what I have to say to that. I have to say, who cares? Because everybody has their opinion. Everybody has their thing. But really, truly, if there is a person who lives to bring you down, to talk badly about you, to spread rumors about you, whatever it is, they have like no life. Like, I must be really great for you to want to spend time bringing me down. That's all I have to say about it. Like, if there's someone in your school, your classroom, you know, a family member, whatever it is, like it could be anything, and they're spending time on you, you must be really special. And I know you know that, but like, let me remind you again, like, wow, you're really special because they really care about you. They really want to like keep bringing you up. That's really sweet. That's really, really sweet. People, how do I put this? Not everybody's happy with themselves. Not everyone is okay with where they are in their life. Not everybody feels good enough to not have to talk about other people. Some people really like thrive on drama, thrive on ugliness, thrive on bitterness, thrive on pointing fingers. They live for it. They live for it. They're like, this is my food. This is how I wake up because I can't wait to hear more, to just it's like they need it. Have you ever noticed that those people are always talking badly about other people? They always have a problem. They're always constantly picking people apart, even themselves. Like, it's just never enough. And so on top of me saying like you must be really that special for them to talk badly about you, they do it to everybody. Like, you're not the only person. So like, you're not alone. I know that's like not like that great to like, hear that they're doing it to other people, but sweetie, you're not the only person. If they're ugly to you, sure as you know what, they're doing it to everybody in their life. Okay? It's just like if you make a new friend and that new friend is like super bad about talking badly about their other girlfriends, they're doing the same thing to you. Okay? Like, they are. Okay? It's one thing to be like, oh my God, my friend said this. This was really hurtful. How should I respond to this? I want to be a good friend. I want to understand their angle. I've done that before. I've gotten a text message before from someone and I was like, oh my God, I can't believe you sent that to me in a text message. Or I must be really misunderstanding what you're saying. And I text another friend and say, can you please help me understand this? Because I don't want to respond in a way that I don't want to respond because I don't think I'm seeing it in their way. Can you please help me break this down? That's one thing. But if you ever meet anybody and they constantly are talking badly, bringing people down, picking them apart, making fun of them, blah, 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 that is who they are, okay? And so because it will happen, when they start doing it to you, don't let that be a surprise because, like, obviously it's just, like, not a surprise. Yeah, I didn't write anything more than that, but I just, like, felt so deeply in my heart today to remind you guys that you really need to stop caring what other people think. Like, you really just need to stop and really think about what you need, because I hate to sound like so, like, I hate to sound so, I don't know the right words for this, like, bold, maybe is the word. It's not the word I'm looking for. I don't mean to sound so aggressive or abrasive, but at the end of the day, it's you. It's you. There's no savior. There's no one here that's going to rescue you and save you except for God and like your soul. Okay, like, that's great and all. But as a human, nobody's going to save you. It's you. You need to look out for you. And like, that's it. That's it. I hate to say that. At the end of the day, you're alone with you in your own thoughts, in your own mind. And wouldn't you rather like have a really beautiful space to be in with yourself? Wouldn't you really love to have your own bubble? Wouldn't you really love to be in your own company and to love your thoughts and to love the way that you make you feel? This is how you do it. You just stop giving a you know what about what other people have to say, because baby, let me tell you, if I had to worry about what other people said about me, I would never sleep. I just don't care. And I say that lightly because we're human. And when people say nasty things, mean things about you, does it hurt? Maybe for a second, but then you remind yourself of who God says you are and the person you really are. And you're like, you know what they say in yuck 'em, fuck 'em. Like, I don't care, okay? I saw this today and I wanted to read it to you. I don't know who you are and I don't know where you're at, but I promise you'll laugh again, you'll dream again, you'll feel lighter again, experience the beautiful moments again. You will learn that dysfunction doesn't get the final say. You'll be whole again, you'll be better, not because the road will be easy, but because you'll walk with it with Him, meaning God, okay? I really want you to understand fundamentally, like, genuinely, just the fact that it doesn't matter. Like, nothing matters. If you really like zoom out of your life, like super, super zoom out, we only get a little bit of time on this earth. We only get a little bit of time with our friends, with our family, with our loved ones. And like, why waste the little bit of precious time that we have worrying about other people. It just doesn't make sense to me. And I spent a lot of my time, and I've learned a lot of lessons. Some great, some not so great. Realizing that it doesn't matter what they think about you. It doesn't matter what they say about you. It doesn't matter. Because at the end of the day, you're with you. And karma's going to come and get you. You did something you were supposed to do, karma's going to get you. So behave yourself. Be a good person. Do the right things. Be nice. Hold the door. Smile at someone. Don't flick people off in traffic, okay? Like, I'm not telling you guys to be like wild bears and like just go havoc on the world because you're like, who cares what people think about me? Like, I'm assuming we're not being wild bears out here. I'm assuming you guys are really good people, and maybe you're really sensitive, and maybe you're really empath, and maybe you really do care what people have to say about you. And I'm just gonna remind you lightly again, it doesn't effing matter, like, at all. None of it. You don't have to explain yourself to anyone. You don't have to prove yourself to anyone. You don't have to try to make up because you feel like you're in lack. You're not in lack. And if you have this feeling of like, what's the word, where you just don't feel like you're enough, like, you are enough exactly where you are. Every single piece of you is worthy of the greatness that you want and you desire in your heart. Like, you are worthy of every single bit of it. But you only get, sometimes I think, what you think you deserve, you know? And I hope that you know and you tell yourself that you're worth a whole lot, because you are worth a whole lot. It doesn't matter what those people say. 90% of the time, I'm going to say close to 100% of the time, it's projection. It just is. If people are being mean to you and rotten to you and unkind to you, or they're just miserable and you're around them and it's affecting you, like, they're just miserable. And you can't help that they're miserable, but you can help what you are and put yourself in your bubble and just be like, it's really good here. I'm sorry you're having such a hard day, but I'm praying for you, and I hope that you find the peace that you're looking for, because peace feels really, really good. Happiness feels really, really good. Just saying. You know what I mean? I thought I was gonna mom y'all harder today. I thought I had some more things to say, but I really just wanted to say that because I feel like on top of a pandemic of loneliness, there's also a lot of judgment going on in this world right now. And I don't know if it's just in my world and in my reality that there's a lot of judgment going on, or if it's something that's happening to all of us and I haven't really realized it much for myself, so I never really spoke about it. But you know what they say in Yuckum, fuck them. You know, you just got to go on about your day. If their opinions are not paying your bills, which I'm sure they're not, like, why are you giving it your time? Time wasted is time never found again. And I'm so sorry if you feel alone and scared and hopeless because of the people in your life right now, if they're making you feel really bad about yourself. But like I said, you just have to have that foundation of like, I know who I am, I know where I'm going, I know what I bring to the table, I am the table, and like, whatever. You have to be confident within yourself and just like move on. I feel bad for people. Okay, let's be real. Let's be real. I actually feel bad for people who need to talk about other people or just engage in it. And this is just like my own journey of life. I realized, what was it, in 2022, that I did self-indulge in those types of conversations. Like, if people were like, oh my God, guess what? I'd be like, what? Tell me everything. And you want to know something? It made me feel gross. It made me feel yucky. It made me feel like it honestly made me feel dirty. Like if someone brought something to me that I didn't want to know, or that I said I wanted to know and then I knew and then I was like, I don't want to know this, it made me feel dirty. It made me feel bad. I was like, ugh. But it makes you feel that way because that's what it's intended to do. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, do you remember in SpongeBob when Pearl touched that dirty surfer guy and she's like, and she had like all the crap on her hand and there was flies around it. She's like, ah, ah. She walked around with it. And then she touched, I think it was SpongeBob, and she shook hands and then she shook her hand and it was clean. And then the dirtiness, I'm assuming, went to SpongeBob. I don't remember what happened. But she's like, oh yeah, the dirtiness is off. It's kind of like when you gossip with people, the dirtiness like transfers. And I just like want better for you guys. I don't want you guys to indulge in crap because like you're so much better than that. You're so much better than that. I'm so much better than that. If someone comes to me with crap, I'm like, I'm good. You could leave it for the next person because my bubble's really clean and I don't want your garbage up in my space. My space is good. My space is happy and I don't have time for your baloney. Thank you. Next. Thank you. Next. And to the people that have to indulge in that, I honestly feel really bad for you because your life is probably shockingly boring and you've got nothing else better to do with your time. Not a me problem, a you problem. Anyways, I love you guys. I hope that you could take a little bit of this into your life and just remind yourself, like, I don't know, write down on a sticky note, you know what they say in Yuck 'em Fuck 'em, or I'm gonna make my bubble a really awesome bubble, and like think about all the things that are inside your bubble and all the things that can affect you. Okay? Because you're in your bubble and life is good here. But I love you guys. I'm so happy you're here. And I'll see you in the next video.